Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be giving you a full tour through my work from home sort of desk setup as part of my PhD work, just so that you can really see what my work from home setup is like, what all of the things that I have are. I have done a couple of similar videos before, but I do think I've had a couple of newer pieces added to the collection since the last video of this that I did. So I did just want to update, also because I'm in a new house now, that I thought you might want to see what my work from home setup is looking like in the new house. Just to let you know, in case you're wondering, there will be a full dedicated video about my moving process from my family home to my new house that I'm living in with my boyfriend. I'll have it linked down below if it is up, or if it's up by the time you're watching this, you'll see it somewhere. This is still definitely a work in progress. I have the setup I'm pretty happy with, but there is some like beautification required and we have to do a lot with this room still. It is going to be like a multifunctional room. This is our spare bedroom that we're going to be using as an office, but also as a space for Jack to be able to do personal training work online and stuff like that. We still want to set up part of the room a little bit differently and maybe get ourselves set up to use this as more of a dedicated filming space as well. And the main thing that you'll see in my work from home setup is a focus on like ergonomics and making sure that you're sitting properly for your workday, especially because my work is computer science. I'm sitting down a lot of the time, so I need to make sure that I am sitting in a way that is going to be comfortable. Okay, so don't be afraid. This is our spare room, so it did actually have a bed in it and we've moved the bed. We still are figuring this whole situation out, but yeah, so we have the bed like chopped up into two pieces. We're probably going to get rid of the big mattress because the mirror like on this double wardrobe like obviously is a lot of light, that we don't want to lose. So anyways, but we're not going to focus on that today. Today we're focusing on the overall desk setup. Okay, do you know what, actually we've got a car park outside of our house and I just don't want to be creeping on these cars. Okay, this is going to mean that you guys have to deal with some tragic lighting, but look, we've got to protect the safety of our people. So first things first, as you can see, I have this big sort of wooden shelf. It's like a two-parter sort of situation, and I use this as both my sort of laptop stand. So that's what this first is being used as, a laptop stand, so that when I'm sitting down, this is what you see, and I type away down here. So for an ergonomic setup, you want to have your laptop or your screen at eye height. So even this is probably a little bit low. And you want to be able to have a keyboard and mouse at sort of 90 degrees for your elbows. You also want to have your screen at least arm length away from you so that you are not too close to your screen. And lastly, you just want to have your knees at a 90-degree angle as well. Then the top part is what's used for when I am doing sort of video calls. I usually like to stand up because then I stay more alert. Sorry for this horrific angle. I just wanted to show you what it looks like when I'm using the standing desk. So I usually just push this chair out of the way, pop my laptop. Pop my laptop up here, and so then I will usually pop my keyboard and mouse up here as well. And this is actually set up in a reasonably good height so that when I do come back to do this, it's actually still at that sort of 90 degrees. Probably could do it being slightly higher, but look. And again, the laptop is set up so that it's my sort of head height. Whenever I have meetings, because I do get very tired in meetings, I find that it's easier to be standing up and just working away. This one here is very, very good. It's one of those things, this purchase for me was one where I got absolutely targeted by an Instagram ad. I know we've all been there, but I had been wanting a standing desk for ages, but like I really didn't want to go and buy a new desk. I felt like that was really unnecessary. This came up as an Instagram ad and I got it. It was about €200, this one here, but I'm gonna link some other versions down below that I can find. But I do feel it's really, really helpful. Like, it's so handy. It's at that perfect height so that when we are working here, you have that. And then for standing, it works really well. And like, you can move it around the house. I personally don't. I like to just leave it here because I do have a smaller laptop stand that is more portable. It's been one of those purchases where it could have gone either way and I feel like it's been solid. I'm definitely trying to work more in sort of a standing position just so that I'm not sitting down so much during the day. That's like one of the goals that I want to work on at the moment, is just getting more movement in, getting more general health in, because I do feel I'm spending a lot of time sitting down at the moment. What's that we have here? Is that our new PhD in productivity Notion dashboard? What's that doing here? This is my MacBook Pro anyways. It is, I will just put the sort of information of like what specs it is up here. One big mistake that I've made myself with purchasing laptops in the past is I purchased my own personal laptop to have like all of the best specs it could possibly have, my own MacBook Pro, and it was like over €3,000 probably, and I just did not need all of that, especially because in terms of storage I use external hard drives for all of my video stuff, and in terms of on this laptop, which is my work laptop, I would use a server to do all my coding, so it means I really didn't need all of that space and I didn't need all of that processing power. What I have here is a portable monitor. So it doesn't really look it, but this is super light. It's really thin. It's basically just like an iPad. So if I actually just do a little comparison, just so you can see the sort of difference, how thin this is compared to my iPad. Obviously I have a protector on my iPad, but like this is actually thinner than my iPad, and this is the sort of size comparison of like a normal iPad size. This isn't like a Pro or anything, it's just a normal iPad. So you can see it's probably the same as maybe 2 iPads in terms of the size. I find it does fit into a school bag, which is amazing because like I will often bring this with me when I'm traveling, and it's really handy. Now, the one thing that I'll say about this is that I got this secondhand on Amazon. It didn't come with the stand, and it's supposed to have like a smart cover / stand, sort of like what you'd have for an iPad, where it like you can sort of rearrange it and it comes and then you can stand it up. And annoyingly, this did not come with that, and I did try and contact the company to be like, hello, this didn't come with a stand, but I'm really bad with that stuff and I just didn't do it. In terms of the view of this, I would say it's sort of like Kindle-like in terms of the view. It's like that sort of like soft sort of material. It's not like glossy or glass-like the way this is, just if that's a contributing factor. So this is the monitor that I have at home. So this here, you might be wondering what this is for. So this is a rubber duck. Duh. But I've been told that for programming, it's really helpful to keep a rubber duck on your desk. And anytime you come up with an issue in terms of programming, you can talk to the rubber duck and tell them what's going on. And you just have a little conversation with the rubber duck, tell them what the problem is. And usually by just making the issue go into words, so when you actually formulate the problem in terms of words, it really just helps you to almost solve it yourself. Like, do you ever get when you've asked someone a question and you've nearly just answered the question yourself by the time you're finished asking? That's sort of what you should do with the rubber duck. And I know it's sort of a programming thing, but I feel like it should sort of probably amount to other things. So this is why I have this little guy here. You'll see here my ring light, which is obviously for filming, but I actually do consider this part of my work from home setup now, because it is absolutely key for Zoom calls, especially like in Ireland the sun sets at like 4 p.m. in the winter, and so you end up looking really pixely on any of your Zoom calls, which is not cute. So I obviously got this originally for filming videos and stuff, but the second I started using it, I could not stop using it in Zoom calls, and now I just use it anytime I'm on calls. This is probably the brightest time of day. I look pretty grand on camera here. It's a little bit pixely, it's not amazing, and that looks trash. So it does. So I can turn on the light in here. Again, I still look really pixely. I don't even think it comes up on this camera. It actually still looks grand, but like it honestly is such a difference. So now I'm going to move my ring light up, and I usually like to have it in just behind my laptop. It does make quite a difference, because now you can see like hopefully you can see I'm a lot clearer. When I turn this off, then it does make quite a difference. Stand for my phone. This is a Joby Gorilla Pod, I think it's called, and it's really flexible so you can sort of rearrange it. But I like to try and keep my phone in here just because I'm less likely to go onto it when it's in the stand. I'll keep it there in that in case I'm filming any reels or anything for Instagram or anything like that, but it means I'm less likely to just sort of sit down and pick it up. In the background here you can see that I have my Bose headphones. So these actually are wireless, but I'm really bad for charging these, so they are usually containing the wire. And these are really cute because they're white with a little sort of brown suede and brown leather. However, it does mean they get absolutely filthy, so you can see, yeah, cute, not cute. These are just great to have for if there's any noise going on when you're trying to focus. I'd have these for like walking in and out of university, and I really like these. I do also have earbuds, but again, bad for charging those, so I often just end up with these wired headphones. Okay, moving on. My trusty iPad. I am going to be doing a video all about how I use this iPad as a PhD student, so like what I actually use it for. But typically you'll find I'm using it for GoodNotes, which is this note-taking app. And I have the Apple Pencil, of course, as well. And I have a screen protector, which means that this is more of a Kindle-like material, and it means it's a bit more scratchy when we're writing and less slippy. To go up with your ergonomic setup, you will also need a mouse and a keyboard. I'm quite extra. I have Apple ones. This is completely unnecessary, but it is what I have. I don't have the one with the number pad or anything. I just use a normal small one, and I really like these. I feel like they're really sleek. I've never had any problems with them, and they are Bluetooth, so I do think if you're going to go for them, I think a Bluetooth version is probably the best. And yeah, I just really like these. I also have this sort of elbow pad, which is for just so that you don't have any sort of pain from touching the desk. This was mainly because I had a glass desk in my previous office, and I did find I was getting some pain, but it's also good because it sort of doubles as like a mouse pad. The only thing I don't like about this is that it's really ugly. So my plan for one of these videos is to do some sort of DIY desk decor. I really want to do something with this and make it nicer because it's really ugly, but it is very comfortable. I really like it, and it was very cheap. It came in a 2-pack, so it means if you're doing that decor for a gift, you can have one for yourself and one for someone else. And the last thing that I have really as part of this setup is this footstool. Let me see. Can't even really see it because of my wire. This is probably the best purchase that I've made under €20. It is height adjustable, so when you like pull it up, you can adjust the height and make it a bit taller. I know that as part of the ergonomic setup, you need to have like a footstool so that your knees will be at a 90-degree angle, but this one is just something else. Because it does this, it means you can sort of stretch your legs throughout the day, and it means your legs aren't like staying still because you can have your feet constantly like moving back and forth on it. And then there's also these, I don't even think you can really see these things. Oh my god, you can basically like just give yourself a foot massage with these things throughout the day because they sort of turn. I don't know how I can show this, but like they basically twist these little ball things, and you can like give yourself the best foot massage ever during the workday. This was a game changer, such a surprising purchase that I just, you know, didn't really expect this here. Such a good purchase. I nearly forgot about one last thing, which is this chair. This is quite a comfy chair. It's like a real sort of officey chair. Again, I got this on Amazon. It's really sort of soft here, nice and spongy. I don't really know what to say about this chair. Again, I think it's kind of ugly, but it is good because it has adjustable elbow rests, adjustable height, all of that, and it is very comfortable. But again, it is ugly, so that's the only thing. But I feel like it's hard to find an ergonomic chair that isn't ugly. That's the difficulty that we face every day. Okay, so that was it for this work from home office setup. Again, we still have a lot to do with this room, so do be sure to stick around, stay posted in terms of what we end up doing with the rest of the space. And if I am missing anything in my work from home setup, I would love to hear from you in the comments what you think I need. I do think these make excellent gifts, and it is that time of the year, so do be sure to pick up something like this either as a holiday present for yourself or for a loved one. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks to all of my wonderful members, and I will see you all in the next video.